Well, Bob, we hope you enjoyed your long Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, I took a few days off.
You deserved it after all the Hermine coverage.
Yeah, things are looking a lot better now.
Yes, they are.
Than they were last week, and that's a good sign. You know, we are in the peak of hurricane season. There's not a lot going on, which is good.
Good news.
We are watching a system way out there in the Atlantic. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Should not be a big factor. Tonight, a beautiful sunset here with Tower Cam. You can see a few showers racing off toward the Gulf. Never having a chance to really build and become big storms like we saw yesterday in Northport and Port Charlotte, which produced up to 5 inches of rain yesterday. But today, just a scattering of showers across the Sun Coast. As you can see, the sunset tonight, Siesta Key. Fred Seeger getting this one with those clouds off in the distance. See a few showers there as the sun was setting. And some crepuscular rays by Marcia Owens, Coopers Creek by University and I-75 right around there. So a beautiful shot there. Those clouds actually casting a shadow on the sky there, causing that nice shot that you see right there. Titan radar picture review showing the showers moving offshore now and continuing to do so. There's some showers along the East Coast, but really the atmosphere pretty dry for this time of year, and that's pretty good news too for a start. Tomorrow morning should be rather comfortable out there with a bit of a breeze coming out of the northeast. And right now the radar picture not showing anything over land. A few showers winding down offshore, and that should be the case. I mentioned the rainfall, very light today across parts of Charlotte County and South Sarasota County. There's a few sprinkles up in Bradenton and near Longboat Key, but not a lot. Flood warnings are still out along the Peace River throughout all of Hardee and DeSoto counties. Right on that Peace River, the river is running about a foot above average right now, or above flood stage, and also at the Myakka State Park, the Myakka River also above flood stage at this point from the recent rains, the record amount of rainfall that we saw last Wednesday for certain. 82 degrees right now. We still have some residual clouds around, but the dew point is what's so nice out there. It's 68 degrees and the humidity at 62%. We have an east wind at 9, the pressure way up there, 30-15, and that continues to rise. The high today was above average because of that easterly wind and no real sea breeze kicking in. The low this morning was 1 degree above average. No rainfall to report today. So far for the month, 2.66 inches of rain, and again, 6,300ths of an inch above average as a result of what was left of Hermine that brought that rainfall this weekend. 70 degrees in Jacksonville, 77 in Orlando, 78 now in Miami. Still warm though in Sarasota. The Sarasota Bradenton Airport checking in at 82 degrees. Temperatures into the upper 670s, I should say, 73 at Lake Placid and 78 in Punta Gorda. The Gulf water temperature has cooled now to a nice 83 degrees there, so that looks pretty nice. As far as the satellite and radar imagery goes, you can see there's been some showers down to our south into the Keys, the Florida Straits, and along the East Coast. But for us, not much rainfall here, and there's a couple of reasons. One is the real dry air that's moved in. On top of that, stronger east and northeasterly wind, never allowing the sea breeze to develop. Well, we were watching this area a couple of days ago, had a 30% chance developing, but the wind shear, the shear in the upper levels of the atmosphere, just ripping it apart. So the Hurricane Center not too concerned about it. We'll see a little piece of energy, though, travel to the northwest. Some of this moisture will get entangled into our weather, looks like beginning this weekend. So a little bit better chance for some storms as we head into the weekend. Well, there's another system brewing. It's way out there in the Atlantic, and it looks like it has a pretty good chance developing over the next 5 days at 70%. Even if it were to develop, more than likely it will stay as an Atlantic storm out there in the middle of the Atlantic. At least that's the forecast as we see it in the next 5 days. As far as the next name, Ian, and then Julia and Carl. Hopefully we'll be done after Carl, but other storm names that we can possibly see, Lisa, Matthew, and Nicole, and after that, Otto. Now, as far as our dry air is concerned, you can see it just spilling southward now, and that means our rain chances tomorrow will be a little bit below the norm, and we'll see them at about 20 to 30%. As the day goes on, and the better chance for rain comes on Thursday as a little bit more of this moisture starts to move in our general direction, so we'll keep that in mind. For boaters, it looks like this tomorrow. Winds out of the east to start things off at 15 knots, and then later on in the day, 5 to 10 knots out of the east, switching to the north. Seas will be right around 2 feet, and the water temperature now at 83 degrees. Tides upcoming, high tide at 3:54 and a low tide at 11:52 tonight. Look for mild conditions, isolated shower off in the Gulf, a low of 72 tomorrow. Only a few late day storms, a high of 92. The extended forecast is calling for temperatures to stay pretty close to seasonal averages, and our rain chances getting back to more seasonal averages by Friday and continuing into the weekend.